You're live.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joy Jefferson. I am with Operation Hope, which is a nonprofit organization that was founded by John Hope Bryant. Operation Hope has been founded about 27 years ago. We just had a birthday on May 5th, and we will be going over in this particular class about money management or budgeting. Some people say spending habits. And so I'm just going to kind of jump right into it. And I want it to be very interactive. I don't want to just stand up here and talk. If you have questions, definitely ask your questions as we're going over some of the key components as far as money and the money management portion. When we talk about money and the relationship as far as money, money is a tool. So with this tool, a lot of people set goals. What are maybe some goals that you may have when it comes to maybe something in the future that you want to purchase or something in the near future? Just kind of throw out some different things. People looking to purchase homes?
A first home.
First home, okay. Some people might have car, some people student loans, paying off debt, increasing the credit score. So with all these components of money and budgeting, we want to figure out why are we saving, why are we spending, and when it comes to just the overall tool of money, what is the use as far as that? The first thing that we also talk about along with goals is wants and needs. So you got to figure out what are some of the needs when it comes to money. What do you purchase?
Food.
Food, good.
Bills,
What kind of bills?
mortgage, rent, car note,
Right.
insurance, cell phone, light bill, water bill.
Right. So those are like the fixed items when it comes to budgeting. So you want to, whenever you talk about money, you want to make a list of what is your fixed bills when it comes to that. What are your flexible, like some things like your wants?
Cell phone,
Mm-hmm.
Clothes.
Okay.
Don't need a whole bunch of clothes.
food
Right.
to an extent.
Right. Food, because there's that need of food. You need to eat, but you don't have to go out and have a steak. You could have, rice and beans or something like that. You don't have to, just go out and spend. And that's the thing as far as food. Like, we have food at home, but sometimes we go out and swipe that card at one of the local stores, McDonald's, fast food restaurants, and then next thing you know, those little bills add up, and then when it kind of throws us off of our budget. So when it comes to budgeting, setting up your priorities is like the most important thing, because even when you set up your priorities, like the transportation as far as gas, you want to try to budget as much as possible when you put your fixed and your flexible bills out. Let's see here. And I don't want y'all to be quiet now if y'all have questions. And then also, you want to, number one, make sure that you save. How many people make it a priority to put something each and every paycheck or every month in their savings account? Okay. Is it for a particular goal, or is it just like an emergency fund?
It's emergency and goal.
Okay. So it's kind of lumped together. Okay. And sir?
Well, most of mine is just automatically input in a couple of different accounts, I guess.
Okay. And we always want to say, pay yourself first. I mean, you're the person that's out here working hard. You come before anything else. So you want to definitely put money away for a rainy day. Car situation may happen, and you don't want to have to go out and use that credit card again, especially when you're trying to pay down debt. You want to be able to borrow from yourself. And I say borrow because even if you borrow $100 to get a tire fixed, you should make it a priority to pay yourself back and continue to rebuild that savings goal. Let's see. So we talked about, and when you calculate your spending, is there, trying to see, is there a particular percentage that you go by, or just a dollar amount? You do dollar amount versus percentage? Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Usually, sometimes some people go by the rule of thumb as far as 10%. When you're budgeting, a lot of people pay themselves. Well, actually, a lot of people tithe first and then pay themselves, and then go by their fixed and then flexible bills. Do you think it's possible to pay down debt and save at the same time? Okay.
If you're disciplined, yes, sir.
Right, right. It definitely comes with discipline. And let me kind of go back as far as budgeting. Whenever you budget, it's whatever money comes in and then the money that goes out. So the money that comes in is any type of income, net wages, overtime, child support, investments, alimony, retirement income, and then the money goes out could stem from home expenses, utilities, food, family obligations, health and medical, transportation, debt payments, entertainment, pets, investment and savings, and miscellaneous. And most people don't think to put like entertainment on their budget sheet. So, you know, a lot of us, we work hard, we want to go and, you know, have fun with our families, kids, and different things like that. And it's definitely important to put that on your budget sheet. You should basically have a budget sheet where everything is down to the penny. Like, you should definitely just whatever comes in and then whatever goes out, and then you should have a zero balance at the end whenever you budget. And you're basically calculating how much you're going to spend for that month, but then when you do pay off your bills and you write the actual amount down, then at that time you may change the dollar amount, but still kind of adjust. And then anything that's left over, you should always put in savings, or either you could put a portion in paying off some debt. And when I was talking about the goals earlier, when you set goals, you always want to make sure that you put a date with those goals. So some people may say, I want to save, you know, $1,000 in the next 3 months, or they may say, I want to, you know, save $1,000. But if you put that date with it, you can really calculate based on your income what that would look like per pay period, and it will give you it's easier to break down things. Some people will see that large number and they may, you know, they may say, you know, I don't know if I can really do this. But if you break it down to say $1,000 in 3 months, and you divide that, if you get paid monthly, by 3, you know, it's a little bit easier versus just trying to pay that full amount, you know, at one time. Let's see. And you definitely want to make sure that you separate your savings versus your checking. And then even with some of my clients, I always say, you know, sometimes people transfer money back and forth, you know, because something may come up. You want to make it a little bit difficult for yourself to be able to do that. So a lot of times, as far as myself, I removed everything off of my online banking. So as far as the money that I'm saving, I don't have easy access to transfer it back and forth. So I literally have to go into the bank to make a transaction if I need to in an emergency situation. There's other clients who may live in one area, parents may live in a different area. They may only go bank at that area that their parents, you know, set up a savings account where their parents bank. Therefore, if they really need the money, they could get to it. However, it makes it a little bit difficult for them to just go and transfer the money. Because most of the time when we do our budget, we want to make sure we put in our savings amount in that where we don't have to touch our savings at all. Because there was a quote I read, as far as it's easy for us to plan for a vacation, but we're not really focused on planning for our ultimate vacation, which is retirement. So you just want to always make sure that you are planning and putting money away. If it's 401k, if it's emergency fund, just making sure that you put that money away so you can be able to enjoy retirement later on.
So what if I'm on a real fixed income
Mm-hmm.
and I have 3 children or 4 children, 6 children or whatever?
Okay.
Maybe a single mom.
Right.
Then how do I budget that money that I don't hardly have?
Well, you would have to, once you write everything out and figure out what's your fixed versus flexible, you would either cut down on some of the things. One of the easiest things to go is cable. A lot of people, nowadays you don't really need cable. There's streaming and different things like that. So that may be a way that a lot of the times where I would try to adjust as far as my clients. If there's any other bills that we might be able to, like let's say car insurance, a lot of the times we don't, if we're, I was with my parents' car insurance for a while. So when I got on my own, then I was able to do a little bit of shopping as far as car insurance, which may be adjusted. You might be able to get the same rate or the same coverage, but under a different car insurance. So just kind of doing some work and picking out certain things that you might be able to be flexible with. And then even looking at your bank statements and finding out where are you spending a certain amount. Because like I said, a lot of times we may say, well, I'm just gonna run to the dollar store. Everything's a dollar, so I want to go to the dollar store, and next thing you know, we spent $20 at the dollar store, and then by that time we're hungry, so we're going to stop at McDonald's. That's $25 right there, and where we could have put in a savings account. So we just have to really dissect the bank statement to find out where we could find extra funds. And like I said, even when it comes to eating out or figuring out what you're going to eat, you could buy salmon, or you can, do rice and beans. But your kids are getting protein and different things that they need, but you may have to adjust your lifestyle. And as far as when you mentioned as far as clothes, normally we only wear like 20% of the clothes in our closet, so my daughter, she wears the same thing all the time, and I was like, you need to wear some of the other stuff. But she's teaching me